What up, Ranger Nation, Toku Nation, and every nation in between, and also what's up to my Marvel people? So it is me. My name is JB. I ain't been on this channel in quite a while, but I'm coming back, you guys. I'm trying to find things to do on this channel, and I don't know what we're gonna do. So, but for at least 6 videos, we will be here for Ironheart, which premiered last week on Disney Plus. So this is going to be Ironheart, and this is episode 1, and this episode is titled "Take Me Home." Now, before I do get into this review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video, then I need you guys to do me a favor. Be sure to like the video, you guys, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on your postal notifications. And with that out of the way, you guys, without further ado, let us go ahead and get into this episode review of Ironheart, shall we? Now, what I will say about Ironheart, I thought the first episode was a really good episode. I will say this loudly and clearly: if you are racist and you feel a way about this show, keep your opinions to yourself, because for me personally, I don't give a flying frizzle frack fuck how you feel about this show. That is it, and that is all. So this episode, we see as Riri is getting money to fund, her research, right? So we also see as she's sitting down with, now I don't know exactly who the man and who the woman were, but I know they're over the school that, they over the school that she's going to, and she's asking for an extension on her grant. But they're like, yeah, we're not going to be able to do that because you've been here for 4 years, you don't have a degree, and we've had multiple meetings about disciplinary action. So at this point, we're going to have to expel you from the school, right? So after that, we see as Riri was going through the school and getting everything for her suit, right? And so she powered her suit up, and Riri jetted out, and she's headed back to Chicago, right? Now, so she's flying back to Chicago. So we see as a group of people, they broke into this house, right? And they got this guy named Stewart who is trying to, so from what you can see, Stewart is the quote-unquote brains of the operation. Like, so he's the one that's able to get the I would say schematics, be able to get them past security and all this kind of stuff, right? So he was able to get them into the front door, but he wasn't able to get them in there long enough, because then while they were in there, the security alarm went off, and so we see as they having to fight these people to basically get the hell out of Dodge, right? So then we see as they met up with their boss, the Hood, right? So he's telling them to fire. So I am outside of my car right about now, which you guys can't tell, and there's an airplane that's flying over, because I couldn't film in my house because there is a pool party that's going on outside, and the music is very loud, right? So Hood was telling them to fire Stu, and he wants them to bring in somebody else new. Now, when he's talking to the guy. I can't think of what his name is on. I don't know what his name is yet on this show, but I do recognize him from this show that I used to watch years ago on I think it was TNT. I think it was TNT that he was on the show. And I think it was SWAT. Nope, that wasn't the name of the show. What was the name of that fucking damn show? It'll come to me in a minute. But while they're talking, they see Riri fly over in her suit, right? Now, Riri is still in this suit, and at the same time Riri is flying over in the suit is powering down, because it says this student has been expelled. So we see Riri fall out of the sky in the suit. Oh, hell, I done let a bug in too, right? So, but that's what they want, is Riri. So we see Riri as she's walking through the streets of Chicago, and this little boy named Landon came up to help Riri, and he helped her take her and the suit home, right? So they get to where her mom stays at, and he was like, yeah, so that's gonna be $20. And she was like, $20. He was like, yep. And so she ended up giving him $20, and so she went in where her mom was. So also before that, I do want to mention that when she was flying home, she did tell the AI in her suit to text her friend Xavier because she needed that eggplant, which I ain't never see her get the eggplant. I thought now y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Riri was gay. I thought Riri was gay. Well, that was the vibe that Riri gave in Black Panther. That was the vibe that I got from Riri in Black Panther. I thought she was gay, but hey, maybe she ain't. So we see as Riri is with her friend Xavier, right? So she's telling him how she wants to build a smarter AI and a smarter armor, and she she needs a job, but she knows that working in Chicago is not gonna cut it for her. So she's thinking about going to Dubai. I was like, well, that's something you can do, right? Because he asked her if she's gonna stay there, and she said no. So then he took her to a shop. So it has a mural, and it's her friend Natalie and her dad, Gary, right? And so she starts having flashbacks about both her dad and about Natalie. Now, also, I will say that when she got home, her mom was doing somebody's hair in the kitchen, and we saw Cree Summer. I was like, oh, come on, Cree. I'm so happy that she's, because we see, if you guys watch Abbott Elementary on ABC, she plays Miss Inez on Abbott Elementary. So I was happy to see Cree. I was happy to see Cree. My bad, you guys. So again, I'm outside. There are planes flying over. Yeah. Manny, that's his name. Manny Montana. I forget what other. Graceland. That's the name of the show he was on TNT. Graceland. I love that show. I hated that they canceled it, but it is what it is, right? So we see the next day as Riri and Xavier went to, I guess, a scrapyard because they're getting different parts that Riri needs for her suit. And so Riri went to go pay for the parts, right? And when she went to go pay for it, she was going to try to broker a deal with the guy behind the front desk, right? But then, let's see what his character's name is in this show. I can't pronounce that, so I'm gonna have to hear them say it on the show. But Manny's character, he came up and gave her some money to pay for the parts, right? So then they left out, and he's talking to her. He's telling her like, "Oh, why don't you come meet up with my boss the next day?" He's telling her what to do when she gets there, like get on the elevator, do this, do that, yada yada yada, right? So then we see as Riri the next day, she did do exactly what he said. She showed up to the place. Now when she got there, she knocked on the door, but the door pushed open. I was like, Riri, girl, that was a sign right there that she did. This ain't what you want to do. But Riri went in. Riri got on the elevator. So the elevator went down, and then somehow, when you push the buttons to go down, that thing fell off, and behind it, it was a countdown. I was like, is this a fucking bomb? So then smoke started, filling the elevator, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? So then you hear a voice come over it, and it's telling her she has 3 minutes before there's no air within the elevator, and she has to figure out a way to get out, right? So there's a contraption there's something behind her, and then there's different tools that she can use to try to get herself out. But Riri, instead of doing anything with that, Riri went up to the elevator shaft, up to the elevator thing, right? She powered it up. She was able to lift the elevator door, and so she lifted the elevator door. And meanwhile, everyone else is watching Riri while she does this, right? And so Stu was like, that's exactly what I would have done. So Riri got out the elevator. Now, she's when I said Stu, she's like, Stewart such and such, right? And that's who this person is. So they want Riri to join them, and she was like, with that shit that y'all just did on the elevator, like, I'm out of here. But I'm not taking that fucking elevator. Like, y'all gotta show me, because she went to a door. They're like, that's a closet. She's like, well, I'm not taking that elevator. Y'all gotta get me the fuck out of here. So Hood, he offers her a position with him, and she told him, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. And so he went and got some money. He was like, how much is it gonna cost me to get you to come on and work for us? She was like, you don't have enough. You don't have enough money for me. So he opened up, he opened up the thing with the money in it, and Riri's eyes was like, well, fuck. And he was like, if you come work with me, I'll pay you enough so that way you can fund whatever it is that you want to do, right? So she asked him, what do you guys do? He was like, we do a little bit of burglary, we do a little ransom, we do a little bit of this. And I was like, that would be an automatic no for me. But then when I saw all that money, I was like, would that be an automatic no for me? It probably wouldn't be an automatic no. I would probably have to think about it. But Riri eventually agreed to do it, right? So he told Riri that he needs her suit. So we see as Riri got back home, and Riri is putting the suit together. At one point, Riri and her mama got into an argument with each other. And so she's also listening to this mixtape. And with this mixtape, she hears now. My bad, you guys. We ran out of memory. What the hell is that? All right, you guys. So yeah, we ran out of memory, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the episode because I'm at the end, anyways. So I was talking about Riri listening to the mixtape, right? So she heard Natalie's voice, and so she started having flashbacks to the night that her dad and I think his name is Gary and Natalie were unalived, right? And so she then this is where she got into it with her mama, because her mama has, done some things with the shop, right? So we see as Riri is working on the suit, and then we also see as Hood is getting this big, I mean, huge ass tattoo on his back, right? So she powered up her suit, but then the power went out. So she had, I think, 4 hours until everything was completely done. So she went to sleep at one point, and then she finally woke up, and that's when she saw Natalie in front of her talking to her. She was like, Natalie, is that you? She said, who else would it be, bitch? And she passed out. And that was the end of episode number 1 of Ironheart, you guys. So I will be back for episodes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you guys. So tomorrow, which is Sunday, I may double up on it. I may do episodes 2 and 3, and then we'll just have 4, 5, and 6. So we have 3 episodes left. I may do a double up tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure. But be sure again to subscribe to the channel. Please turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, please stay safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands and be blessed. And I'm going to see you guys later. So I really got to figure out what we're going to do with this channel, because I do want this channel to be superhero based, but it doesn't always necessarily have to be superhero. So yeah, I'll be back with Ironheart for sure. We'll wrap up Ironheart, but after that we got to find some more things to talk about. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.